Gas prices got you down? You're not alone. But before you start buying into those so-called gas-saving hacks, let's bust some myths. Here are 12 stupid fuel myths that some drivers swear by, and why they're just plain wrong. Stick around to see if you've learned something new. Myth number 1. Now, some people think filling up with premium gas magically gives you better fuel economy and performance. Well, it sounds more fancy, and the ads say it gives better performance. It must be right? Nope. Unless your car specifically requires it, premium fuel is just a pricier way to get from point A to point B. If your engine doesn't require high-octane fuel, you won't see any advantages from using it. You're just burning extra cash. Modern vehicles are engineered to operate efficiently on the type of fuel specified in the owner's manual. Myth number 2. The idea of morning fill-ups saving gas is that colder temperatures make gas denser, so you get more for your money. Sounds clever, right? But the truth is that gas is stored in underground tanks buried deep enough to stay at an almost constant temperature. The density doesn't change enough to matter whether it's dawn or dusk. Time of day doesn't make a difference. You're getting the same fuel volume regardless of the time you fill up your car. So fill up whenever it's convenient for you. And don't fall for this old myth. Gas is gas, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Myth number 3. Turning off air conditioning will save you fuel. But while rolling down your windows might seem like a good alternative, it creates aerodynamic drag. At low city speeds, this drag doesn't matter much. But at highway speeds, it forces the engine to work harder, burning more fuel. In fact, using the AC on the highway can actually save gas compared to driving with the windows down. But driving without AC and with the windows up on a hot day is miserable. Your car will feel like a sauna. Luckily, today's AC systems don't use as much fuel as older models. So, for the best fuel efficiency and a more comfortable ride, use the AC instead of rolling down the windows at high speeds. In the city? Sure. Go ahead and roll down those windows and enjoy the summer breeze. Myth number 4. People often think putting their car in neutral at red lights will save gas, but modern engines are designed to idle efficiently. The difference is so tiny that it's not even worth the effort. Plus, all that shifting can wear out your transmission faster. Unless your right leg is tired and you need some rest from pressing the pedal, there's no need to shift the gear to neutral. Myth number 5. The idea that shutting your engine off at stops saves gas comes from the older days of carburetors, when starting an engine used a lot of fuel, especially when it was cold. But modern fuel-injected engines are much more efficient. Today, starting a warm engine uses only a bit more fuel than idling. Yes, idling does use gas, so technically turning off the engine does save fuel. But is it worth it for short trips? Well, not really. For traditional cars, shutting off the engine at every short stop isn't worth the hassle. The fuel savings are tiny, and the risk of wearing out the starter outweighs the benefit. The real benefit of turning off the engine comes during longer stops, like at a railway crossing, in heavy traffic, or waiting for a drawbridge. In these cases, you'll save more fuel. Generally, if you're stopped for less than 30 seconds, let the engine idle. For longer waits, go ahead and turn it off. But don't stress too much. This isn't a game-changing fuel hack. Practicing smart driving habits and maintaining your car properly will save you far more fuel in the long run. Myth number 6. Fuel additives promise better mileage, cleaner engines, and even superpowers. Okay, maybe not that last one. But here's the truth. High-quality gas already has the necessary detergents to keep your engine clean. Most additives are just gimmicks that drain your wallet without saving you any gas. Some fuel additives claim to clean your fuel system. While they may provide temporary benefits in certain situations, the improvements are often short-lived, and the cost of these additives usually outweighs many minor fuel savings. Real-world tests frequently show only slight improvements, and in most cases, you're paying for results you won't even notice. For most drivers, regular vehicle maintenance, like using quality fuel and changing filters, is far more effective than relying on additives. Don't expect miracles from a bottle. If your car's well maintained, you probably won't need them at all. Myth number 7. Now, we've all been tempted to round up to the nearest dollar, thinking we're squeezing in extra fuel. While it might feel satisfying, overfilling can cause fuel to evaporate or damage your car's vapor recovery system. You're literally paying for gas that doesn't even make it into your engine. When the pump clicks off, your tank is full, and any extra fuel either goes back into the pump or it spills out. Overfilling can damage your car's vapor recovery system, which traps fuel vapors and recycles them into usable fuel. If this system is flooded, it can reduce fuel efficiency and cause engine issues. Spilled fuel is harmful to the environment and can damage your car's paint since gasoline is corrosive. So, when the pump clicks, stop topping off to avoid wasting fuel, causing damage and compromising safety. Myth number 8. Some drivers think it's better to idle than to restart the engine. You've probably noticed a car parked in front of the market, the driver's waiting for someone, and the vehicle's idling. But if you're sitting for more than 30 seconds, you're burning more gas than it takes to restart. Modern engines don't guzzle fuel on startup like the old clunkers did. Not to mention the environmental effect of idling cars. Myth number 9. Cruise control is often considered a fuel-saving tool, but it's not always true. While it helps maintain a steady speed on flat highways, it's not that magic fix for better fuel efficiency. On hilly terrain, it can overcompensate on inclines. The fundamental factor isn't the cruise control itself, but how consistently you can keep your speed. On long, flat highways, cruise control is great for avoiding those tiny bursts of acceleration that waste fuel. However, on hills, it pushes the engine harder than necessary to maintain the set speed, burning extra fuel. An experienced driver can handle this more efficiently by easing off the throttle uphill and letting gravity take over the descent, saving more fuel than cruise control's rigid approach. But bad habits, like constant braking and sudden acceleration, waste much more fuel than cruise control ever could. In those cases, cruise control is definitely the better option. However, if you're a skilled driver who anticipates hills and adjusts speed with precision, you'll likely outperform cruise control. The key is knowing when to rely on the tech and when to take control yourself. Now, before we continue on to the last 3 myths, take a moment to like and subscribe if you're finding these tips useful. Your support helps fuel our channel. Let's move on. Myth number 10. Manual transmissions used to be the go-to for better fuel efficiency. Now, back in the day, they were simpler and gave drivers more control over gas mileage. However, that's no longer the case. Modern automatics have evolved with advanced features like continuously variable transmissions and dual clutch systems, allowing them to match or even beat manuals in fuel efficiency. Today's automatics use optimized gear ratios and smart electronics to make the most of every drop of fuel. In fact, studies show that many modern automatics outperform manuals at the pump. So, while driving a manual might feel sportier, it doesn't necessarily mean better mileage anymore. The technology is advanced, and so has the way we save gas. Myth number 11. Another old myth is that driving on a low fuel tank destroys the engine, but that's not true. Engines don't care how much gas is in the tank. They only stop working if you run out completely. A common worry is that low fuel levels cause dirt and debris to get sucked into the engine. But here's the thing. The fuel pump always pulls gas from the bottom of the tank, no matter how full it is. If there's dirt or water in the tank, it'll get pulled through the system whether you have a full tank or just a little gas left. That's why cars have fuel filters to catch any debris before it reaches the engine. In fact, some newer cars don't even have replaceable fuel filters because the system is designed so well. Another worry is overheating the fuel pump. When the tank is almost empty, there's less fuel to keep the pump cool, which could wear it out faster. But don't worry, modern fuel pumps are built to handle normal driving habits. Occasionally, driving on low fuel won't ruin your pump right away. So, should you avoid driving on fumes? Well, yes, but not because of engine damage. It's mainly to prevent extra wear on your fuel pump and to avoid the hassle of running out of gas. And finally, myth number 12. Big gas stations have better fuel. The truth is, all gasoline, whether from a big-name brand like Shell or Chevron or a smaller station, has to meet the same government standards. In most places, the fuel comes from the same refineries. In fact, the same fuel truck often delivers gas to multiple stations, no matter what brand name is on the sign. So if the base fuel is the same, what's the difference? Well, it's all about the additives. Big brands add special blends of detergents, lubricants, and corrosion inhibitors to their fuel. These additives can help keep your engine clean, but they don't improve gas mileage or boost engine performance, no matter what the ads say. They're mainly for maintenance, not performance. Smaller stations might skip these branded additives to keep prices low, but that doesn't mean their gas is poor quality. It still meets all legal standards. For everyday driving, gas is gas, whether it's from a premium station or a discount shop. Your car won't know the difference. So don't worry so much about brand names. Just focus on keeping your tank full and maintaining your engine properly. Although they might sound believable, you can ignore those outdated fuel myths. Knowing the truth can save you money and keep your car running smoothly. Thank you for watching. If we busted a myth you believed, like this video and subscribe for more no-nonsense car advice.